We are Legacy Wealth Management, a wealth management firm with over $250 million under management. We strive to help investors, 1, create wealth by investing outside the market, 2, generate income and increase growth, and 3, learn how the ultra high net worth are investing. I'm your host, Joey Fisher, and if you're interested in learning how the ultra high net worth are doing it, let's get started. If you're a high net worth individual or make at least $250,000 a year, you are probably suffering a lot right now. And if you could guess what I'm talking about tax season. So come April, you're pulling out your checkbook, writing a massive 33% check to the IRS. What we're going to talk about today is something we call tax smart investing. This is a way to get into different investments and assets that provide tax credits, different tax distributions, and also other tax benefits for now and sometimes in the future. I'm not sure if you follow politics. I know a lot of people do. I'm not a super political person, but there's an interesting quote that I remember hearing from a debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump a couple years back. Hillary Clinton got mad at Trump for not showing his taxes and how much he paid, and Trump said something along the lines of, "I'll pay more in taxes when you guys change the IRS tax codes." The tax codes are ever changing. The government is changing them over and over again, frequently, year after year. They're changing little by little. But he said this because he understands that there are different ways that you can use the tax code in order to benefit you as a high net worth individual or someone making at least $250,000 a year. Today we're going to talk about a few of those different things. One is energy investments, so oil drilling funds and natural gas drilling funds. 2 is qualified opportunity zones. That's getting into different opportunity zones throughout your city or state, or different funds that provide opportunity zones to help defer your capital gains tax for the year that you receive the capital gains tax. And 3, we're going to talk about backdoor Roth IRA conversions. We'll talk about that a little bit later and I'll explain what it is. But let's get started into number 1. So number 1 is energy investments. What we're talking about here is oil drilling funds and natural gas drilling funds. As you might know, right now in the United States, we are suffering from a massive energy crisis. What does that mean? It means that we are consuming more power and energy than we are producing. So what happens with that? The government incentivizes those who are investing or those who are drilling and pulling out oil and natural gas out of the ground in order to increase the amount of energy that we are producing as a country. With these oil and natural gas drilling funds, there are different tax benefits with them both. With oil drilling funds, the government is giving up to a 90 to 92% tax deduction as of right now on ordinary income. So what does that mean? So let's say you invest $100,000 into an oil drilling fund. What that would do is it would take your ordinary income and reduce it by $92,000. If you're in the highest tax bracket, that's about $34,000 you'd save on your taxes that year. With natural gas, it's up to a 70% tax deduction year 1 and 20% tax deduction year 2. Up to, it could change, but as of right now, that's what the deduction looks like. And it would be, if you give $100,000 year 1, you'd get $70,000 off your active income, and year 2, $20,000 off your active income. What's interesting about these funds is there are so many different funds that are available in this sector, in the oil and natural gas and energy sector. What we do as a firm is we're able to vet and find which ones have been around the longest and have the best track record. So if you're interested in looking into anything like that, feel free to reach out. We'll be here to answer questions and help you guys through those things. So number 2 is qualified opportunity zones. These are ways for you as an investor to alleviate the capital gains that you are supposed to pay this year and defer it until the year 2027. These qualified opportunity zone funds originally came about because of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017. They were originally set to expire in 2025, but have been extended to 2027. We're not sure if they'll extend them again. We're not sure where they're going to be in 2027, but as of right now, they are set to expire in 2027. What does this mean for you as an investor? So let's say you invested $100,000 into a qualified opportunity zone fund right now. You would then have to pay that capital gains tax in the year 2027. You would defer it until then. But let's say you invested in one of these qualified opportunity zones. Let's say it was a hotel. The way you would pay the tax on that would be in one of two ways. One, you would have to pay the tax on the original investment of capital gains, or two, you would have to pay it on the value of the fund at that time in 2027. Let's say it's a hotel. That $100,000 you put in goes into constructing this hotel, making it beautiful, making it wonderful. Let's say in 2027 they are not complete yet with that hotel. What does that mean for your investment? That means that the amount that you invested, say that $100,000, is now actually worth $70,000 because that hotel is not complete. You would have to pay taxes on that $70,000 and not on that $100,000 that you initially invested. These funds have a 10-year hold time. That means that after 10 years, you can reap the tax benefits of these funds. That means that once you pay that capital gains tax in 2027, any money that you then take out of these opportunity zone funds is tax-free. So if you've had an increase in growth, say 50, 60, 70% on that original $100,000 that you put in, that growth and the initial principal that you pull out is all tax-free. These tax benefits after that 10-year hold time are only available to those that invest with capital gains. If you don't use capital gains, then you are taxed at the normal investment rate. Let's say something happens in your life and you have to pull out that money that you put into it. We as advisors do not advise that because you miss out on the purpose of why we get into these different funds. But if you have to, and you do pull that out, you will be taxed at capital gains and at the normal rate of income on anything that you've gained from it. If you want to know more about how these qualified opportunity zones work, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to talk with you and see what we can do for you and help you with. On to number 3. Okay, so number 3 is backdoor Roth IRA conversions. This one isn't as much of a tax benefit right now, but more of a tax benefit in the future. The way these work are, if you make over $150,000 a year, you no longer qualify for what is called a Roth IRA. That's just a post-tax Roth account. That means that the taxes are already paid, so your money can grow tax-free, and you can withdraw it in retirement without having to pay any taxes. What you can do as a high net worth individual is you can do what is called a backdoor Roth IRA conversion. Basically, you can open up a traditional IRA account, fund that, and then you can pay the tax to roll it into a Roth IRA. Currently, these are still available. We're not sure what the IRS is going to change and what they won't. But as of right now, you can still access these backdoor Roth IRA conversions. One benefit that business owners have in this form of backdoor Roth IRA conversion is that they can use their business losses in order to offset the taxes they would pay converting the traditional IRA to the Roth IRA. So let's say you have a year where you're negative $10,000 on your taxes. So you have a $10,000 tax loss. You can then bring your taxes up to zero by converting over traditional IRA money into a Roth IRA without having to pay those taxes on it. Again, these backdoor Roth IRA conversions are more thinking about the future in your retirement and not right now. There's a lot of different things you can do in order to alleviate your current taxes, but as wealth advisors, we're thinking about how we can benefit a client's portfolio now as well as in the future. If you have any interest in learning more about these 3 different things that we've talked about today, please reach out. All of our information and links will be down in the bio below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us for more information. See you next time.